friends, thanks for coming back to my channel. So today I'm gonna take you guys with me to UREC, which is, you know, the gym at JMU, and I'm gonna do my little workout. You guys can come with me. I'm gonna do the lifting that we do during the school year, or like our summer block lifting. I fell off for like 2 weeks, but I'm back. I'm gonna go to the APC first because I need to print out my sheet, because it's annoying to have to keep looking at it on your phone. So I'm gonna go print my sheet first, and then I will go to UREC. Backstreet Boys! Oh shoot. So, a few things. I have about 5 or 6 stress fractures combined in both my shins right now, so I'm not really allowed to do a whole lot. 15-minute parking because I don't plan on being in here for more than 5 minutes. Alright, let's do this. It's freaking hot. I don't have any air conditioning in my car. It's hot. It's really hot out here. Really spicy, really toasty.
Hi. There you go.
Thank you. I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm still not allowed to run technically, but I'm only gonna do 10 minutes. It'll be fine. So it is later in the day, and I showered, put some makeup on, changed, obviously, because this is the second part of this video, which is tips for student athletes. I don't have a lot of tips because I feel like a lot of it is just kind of trial and error. Like, you have to figure it out on your own. I'm just coming to you lion style and with my JMU track and field t-shirt and my track spike necklace, because clearly I'm on the track team. So tip number 1, the most important tip: football players aren't your friend. Just kidding, kind of. No, for real. First tip is to make some NARP friends. Now, if you don't know what a NARP is, because I don't think this is a high school term, a NARP is a non-athletic regular person, which a lot of NARPs find offensive, but I guess it kind of is offensive. They're not necessarily non-athletic, but it's just the word that sticks. I thought it was just a JMU thing, but apparently it's like a nationwide student athlete thing. It's great to have really good friends on your team. My closest friends at JMU are my teammates, but it's also good to have some friends that aren't athletes, because sometimes you want to get out of that world, have a diverse group of friends, because you don't want to just be with athletes all the time. So the second tip is just learn to manage your time. It's kind of hard because it's not even that practice is longer, but there's other things that you do in college that a lot of high schoolers don't do, that makes being an athlete so time consuming. Like, I didn't lift really that much in college. In high school. Now lift adds an hour to an hour and a half onto my day of things that I'm doing for track. So I have practice, which is, depending on what I'm doing that day, could be anywhere from 45 minutes to like 2.5 hours. It just depends on what I'm doing that day. But on top of that is lift, when I didn't lift as much in high school. Now you're gonna lift whether you did or not. And then just other stuff like team leadership stuff that your coach does, team bonding stuff that JMU or like your school athletics do that you have to go to, that takes up time out of your day. Or just if you have to get hours in, like a lot of times, a lot of athletes at JMU are required to get hours in study hall. You should be getting your work done anyway, but it's just like required. It's just things that are required that take up your time. Not to mention training room. Your trainer will tell your coach if you're not going to get treatment in the training room, like you should be going to the training room. So there's another 30 minutes to an hour on top of everything else you're already doing. So it's just like little stuff that adds up to take up a lot of your time.
Class, practice, training room, pre-treatment before practice, then post-treatment, then lift, then more treatment after practice, and then you got a shower and then you go into study hall.
Next tip is to copy your athletic advisor on the emails that you send to your professor. I'm talking about when you're like trying to fix if you have to move a test in that class because you're gonna be out of the state because of a meet or because of a game, or just like stuff like that. Make sure you put your athletic advisor, copy them onto the email, because they will see exactly what the teacher says when they respond to you. If the teacher is acting kind of shady and just being like,
you can't take test notes,
then your athletic advisor will see that, and then that's good for you because they know that you tried. They can also fight for you, help you get what you need to get out of your teacher. Next thing is kind of more of a social thing. All the athletes know each other. You may not necessarily know everyone personally, but you know of pretty much every student athlete at your school. Like, you see them all the time. You may not know their name, but you've seen them. And if someone describes them, you're probably like, oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know. That's just like a good thing to know. Like, everybody kind of knows who everyone is, whether you like it or not, or whether you know it or not. They probably know who you are, especially my new freshman student athletes coming into school. Those boys will know who you are, girl. And if they don't, they will ask. It's a little weird, but they know who you are. The whole thing where like older guys like to look at the new freshman coming in is like 10 times magnified within the student athlete world. So just be prepared, okay? This next tip is from my teammate Kelly. She says, go to sleep early. That girl gets her sleep, and that's like, your sleep is really important. Sleep is recovery. So you need recovery to continue to do well in your sport and to continue to do well in school. So make sure you get enough sleep. Go to sleep early, or go to sleep on time, whatever on time is for you. All right, last thing is, some teachers are gonna be mean to you for no reason. It's kind of really, really horrible, but some teachers are just like, they just see that you're a student athlete and automatically assume that you don't care about your grades or that you don't care about school at all. They automatically put that like stereotypical jock attitude onto you. I haven't really had too much of a bad experience with that, but one of my teammates has had a lot of issues with teachers because they just don't care about the fact that she's an athlete. Meredith has a great GPA, she's a great student, but it's just like they just automatically assume that she just doesn't care about school because she's an athlete. Like, I think she had one professor straight up tell her, well,
You don't have to be on the track team, or you chose to be an athlete.
and then there's gonna be the ones that really, really love athletes, or the ones that give football players passes on tests because they're national champions. If you have a teacher or a professor that is really just uncooperative and really annoying and whatever, like I said earlier, make sure you copy your athletic advisor on all of the emails that you send to your teacher. Just take a deep breath and just work through it, because especially if you tell your coach that you have a professor that's acting up, they'll be more understanding about it too. And then if your athletic advisor can't sway them or help the situation, then we have, and I'm sure that there is at a bunch of other schools, we have a student athlete advocate. His job is literally to talk to professors that are really stubborn and mean and tell them, you can accommodate them, it's okay, it's not gonna make the whole class crumble to pieces. So if you really end up having a teacher that's really just out of pocket, find out whoever that person is at your school and email them, send them your teacher's email, and copy him and your athletic advisor on every email that you send that teacher that's acting up. Yeah, I think that's it. So thanks for watching this video. Check out my other videos and like and subscribe if you want to see more. Bye.